Hello and welcome to the Wee Hours with me, Daniel Scott, with my fabulous co-host Mo and Addae.
Hey.
And we are we going to say hello, Mo?
Hi.
Let me hear your beautiful voice. We are your weekly topical show. We're going to chew the fat and put the world to rights. But what we will say is all our views and opinions are our own and not of Conador. So guys, how has your week been? If you've got any comments or any views or feedback, we do love your feedback. It is important to us. Please write on our Conador face page and just give us a hashtag with the wee hours. But guys, what a week it has been. How are you both?
I'm good, thank you.
It's
been an eventful week to be fair.
What have you been up to?
Well, we all know it was Valentine's Day yesterday. I didn't actually do anything romantic yesterday. I'm gonna hopefully do something romantic.
No, I will be your Valentine.
Oh, that's fine then. I feel instantly better.
100%. Did you not get my roses?
No. How do you feel about Valentine's Day in general?
I feel about Valentine's the fact that I haven't got one.
Yeah. Does that make you more aware? Like, is that
no.
the stereotypical single person?
No. Do you know what? I feel like Valentine's is a kind of like it's the same as like Halloween and things like it's bigger and bigger and bigger. I think if you're in love with somebody, it's Valentine's Day every day, isn't it? And you don't need to buy them flowers or chocolates or do big grand gestures on that one particular day. To make people feel loved. They should just feel loved all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I wouldn't like a Valentine, because you do, don't you? But it doesn't make me feel that validated to get one. Although I did get two, which was quite nice.
Yeah,
one off me nan.
What about you, Addae? That counts.
I love shit like that. I love romantic shit. I love to do all that. So any excuse
to
do more.
Are you a hopeless romantic?
I'm not hopeless.
What's the most romantic thing you've done?
When? Near future?
Anything. What's the most romantic thing?
I can't even come up with it.
Sounds hopeless to me.
So maybe like I did something really crazy, like in an airport or something.
Oh, nice.
Like get down on one knee and stuff.
Oh my god. That's
but it was a huge gesture. So I like that kind of thing.
That's I know that's so. I mean, whoever doesn't fall for that, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd say I am a romantic.
Yeah.
But I don't need something to validate my romance. Do you know what I mean? But I would definitely say I'm all for kind of like flowers, grand gestures.
I love flowers. I think for me,
cover me in teddies and I'm fine.
Yeah, I think cooking is a big one for me. I think because it's like a lot of effort goes into it. You spend time doing it.
Yeah, and so you feel like more personal.
Yeah.
Something more
I like
personal.
to cook, and I like when people cook for me. Because I get that it's a big thing, and I don't do it for a lot of people.
And what would be your, if you were like Valentine's, if you had a Valentine come round for dinner, what would you cook him or her?
Possibly, well, I'm Indian, so I think a curry would be good.
Ooh,
that tends to hit the spot for a lot of people.
So what time am I coming round tonight?
Yeah, exactly. We should actually do that though.
We are totally going to do. Well, we're going to go and see the favourite. Yes. I think we should all have a bonding session next week and have cocktails and food.
I'm so game for that.
I'm game.
Fantastic. I'm all for that.
Yes. So a lot have gone on this week. There's loads and loads for us to discuss. Addae, how's your week been so far?
My week has just been crazy. I've not been well for the past couple of days, and I've just been being rubbish. Had a fun week being rubbish.
But you're here, and you look amazing.
Thank you.
So if that's what not well looks like, I can't wait to see you when you're at full strength.
Trust me, you want.
That's why he's got his shades on today.
Well, he looks so cool. He looks so cool.
Thanks.
Okay, so this week we've had quite two big award shows, very different, which was really interesting. They had them on the same night, which is the first time.
Does that normally happen?
No. Which kind of split the audience. So a lot of the stars either went to the Grammys, if you like Lady Gaga was nominated both times and she decided to go to Queens and other BAFTAs, and it kind of split the audience. And what they were saying is, on the BBC website, and is that the viewing figures were considerably lower as well.
Right.
So all those shows, they have been literally going down year by year. You know, they can't keep the audiences.
Yeah.
You know, I've never watched the BAFTAs before. I always watch the Grammys anyway.
See, I love both, and I agree with you though. I think over the past few years, I'm not as like, oh, I'm going to watch it when it's on. I can watch it later on or watch the highlights maybe.
Yeah, I'm a highlight person.
Yeah. I do think that the BAFTAs are quite good though. They tend to be quite entertaining. Grammys are a bit
Because I come from like a theatre background and things like that. BAFTAs for me has always been, even more than the Oscars really, because it's more homegrown.
Yeah.
But I think the Grammys are far more entertaining because you've got the performances, you've got the bigger personalities.
It's true.
And it's less scripted, the Grammys. Like, did anyone see anything of the BAFTAs? Did anyone see Joanna Lumley's jokes?
No.
I mean, that was a big topic this week. She had to do like a public apology.
Oh really?
Because she made, because obviously all her jokes are scripted. Everything that she says is completely scripted. Like Stephen Fry when he did it for numerous years. And she made a few jokes that basically on the night. Like she did one about the film Black Klansman, or White Klansman. And it just, nobody laughed. And then she did one about the Asian film, the Crazy Rich Asians, and nobody laughed.
Can you remember what she said about?
No, but we will put the link on will put the link on Condor Online so you can all comment and see. But she's actually, the morning after, they weren't even talking about. They were talking about her. They weren't talking on Good Morning Britain. They weren't talking about who won and things like that. They were talking about how bad they felt for Joanna Lumley having to say that. But then that makes you think, how prepared are these people going into that? Wouldn't you have read the script before?
Yeah, exactly. Especially with jokes, like you have to get your delivery right and everything.
And wouldn't you say, I'm just not saying that?
Yeah, exactly.
I totally disagree. I like comedians to say what they have to say. I like to hear people say whatever they want to say. And I'm not going to be pissed off when somebody says something that I don't like.
The thing is though, she wasn't a comedian. She's not a comedian. It was a script. She was just told to say it. It was like on an auto cue. So that's what she was saying. She was saying that she was just basically. She is basically blaming the producers and the writers. When really, is it not her? Should she have not read her material first?
Sometimes. You're an actor. Sure, you've gone into cold reads before.
You cold read every single day.
Exactly.
But you cold read before the actual live performance. You just don't know how these things work.
True.
So with the BAFTAs, and the Grammys, what did we all think about the winners? Any surprises for you both?
Just while we're talking about hosts, I thought Alicia Keys actually did a really good job.
I think
because I think that was quite when it was announced that she'd be hosting, I think everyone was like, you know, is she going to be funny? Like, what's she?
Was it her first time hosting?
Yeah, it was her first time. I know LL Cool J's done it before. He did a great job, but I thought she did amazingly. She, you know, was all about the music. She made it very clear the intentions of the night, and I don't know. I thought she did a really good job. And I didn't really have the highest of expectations. I was more curious, but I think she did a brilliant job.
She's just so talented, isn't she?
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's what a music award should have been. You know, she used her songs to link the whole thing. But I think for me, a lot of the night was kind of awkward. You know, the entrances, J-Lo and Michelle Obama at the beginning of the show. I didn't know if that made much sense to me. I think it tries to pander to something.
I know what you mean. It was like Jada Pinkett, Michelle Obama, when they were all in a line.
Exactly.
It did look a bit contrived as well. Like did you see when Gaga started off as well? It just seemed it wasn't flowing right, and
her performance was a bit
so scripted, wasn't it?
But I think going back to Alicia Keys, I think if you know her and her music and her videos or whatever, she walks this really fine line of like borderline cheesy a bit, and that's why I like her, because I don't find her corny or cheesy, but she walks this like, you know, you come in every Tuesday and you're the special,
is that
hot chocolate, and I put extra cream in, and I just think
this is a wee hours exclusive. Can we all hear Mo do her Alicia Keys impression one more time?
And I love that video. I love
Please
that about
do it
her.
again.
No, but do you know what I mean?
Can we please?
Exactly, but I think that's part of her persona. That's authentic, and I think that's why we like her.
School, isn't she? Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I think she did a fantastic job. What about the winners?
Well.
Any surprises for you?
As far as I'm concerned, the top winners would have been Childish Gambino and oh my god,
I'm going to see him at the end of March.
Oh my god, I'm so jealous.
I can't wait.
And Casey Musgraves. I think those were the two top winners.
Yeah.
Album of the year, record of the year, and song of the year.
What do we think about the Cardi B being the first woman in rap history to win album of the year for Invasion of Privacy?
I think
it's a bloody good album.
It's a great album.
Give her that. It's a bloody good album, but I don't think that the best thing the best thing, because I'm not in it for the winners, I'm in it for the drama behind the winners. So here's what
I
happened,
love
right?
that, Addae.
Cardi B won, and there was this write-up on BT Twitter about it. And then the person said, and meanwhile, Nicki Minaj is dragged by her lace front. That was the clapback against Nicki Minaj. So Nicki Minaj pulled out of the BT Awards because of that, like right afterwards.
Yeah.
You know? And to me that was just crazy. That was just crazy.
So and the thing, like, I mean, that's just such a shady thing to say, isn't it? That's such a shady. She was dragged by, but on the night Ariana pulled out, didn't she, of the Grammys?
Yeah.
She said that she pulled out. The producer said that she pulled out because she couldn't put something together quick enough, and then she's come out with a statement saying that she pulled out because her creativity and passion was stifled.
Yeah, she was like, I didn't want to say anything, but that's a lie, essentially.
That's a lie. So she's posted like, on her Twitter, if you all go to Ariana Grande's Twitter, it's all for everyone to see. She's actually posted the correspondence between her and the producer, and it does show that he is lying and not her.
Yeah.
But Nicki Minaj, was it last night, has posted a big response as well, saying, I've kept quiet for 7 years. Did you see that?
Right.
Yeah.
She always starts off with that, and it's just like, so how quiet have you been?
Yeah, so she said, I've kept quiet for 7 years. The same producer that stifled Ariana's creativity stifled me years ago from performing.
Right.
She actually used the words, I was frightened to speak out. Maybe that's why I haven't won anything. And then right at the end, she wrote, "Good, congratulations to all the winners." Now, is she kind of getting on Ariana's bandwagon, or is she pissed off that she never won the Grammy with Cardi B?
I think I have to say, it is kind of sad when we have to talk about Cardi B and then in the same breath talk about Nicki Minaj. Because this should just be about her moment. She's won this award. Let's talk about Cardi B. Let's talk about the fact that she doesn't write, but she's great at what she does. Like, let's talk about all the great things. We end up talking about Nicki Minaj, and vice versa. Whenever Nicki's having a moment, we talk about Cardi B. And I think there's like more to it, which is a conversation of like just two women dominating their field and both doing a great job and then being pitted against each other. And I think they both play into it. 100%. They play into that narrative. And they use it, like when Nicki Minaj, she had her own radio show or whatever it was. And that was just based on drama and everything.
Oh yeah, it's awful. And the thing is as well, what you say, you just said like the media pits women against each other. What you don't know is, after the award show and Cardi B won, do you know, like after any award show when you win something, you win it on the stage and then you've got to go and do press afterwards. When she did the press afterwards, she thanked Debrat, Queen Latifah, Little Kim, she thanked all these, and she thanked Nicki Minaj.
Right, yeah.
She said, this award's not for just me, it's for all these strong women that have gone before me. It wasn't reported on. It wasn't reported on that she was thanking all these women.
Yeah, that's not really the headline.
That's not news.
That's not interesting.
It was reported on that.
To me that is though, because if you want to like put this feud into perspective, it's like Nicki did come at a time where the females in rap, there wasn't really a lot going on at that time. When we go back to the 90s, it was just like such a range of them. And she came in when it was just, you know, who's here? Like Remy Ma was sent to prison, and she was obviously big before and came out and made an impact. But, you know, she did pave that way for Cardi B to come in and dominate the way she is. So.
What happened, I just think that when Nicki Minaj came up, nothing new was happening, you know? It's like when 50 Cent came out, nothing new was really happening in rap at the time. And she just came in and found a way to slip inside. And then she was started to buzz, you know. She was more successful long before her album.
I think the only thing with
that's really interesting.
The only thing with Nicki Minaj is that I know her and like obviously Remy Ma had their back and forth or whatever, but it is kind of known that behind the scenes she would ring up like radio stations in New York and be like, why are you letting her on? And there is a lot of behind the scenes blocking essentially of like, if you're going to let her on, I'm not going to come on. And I think at what point do you just accept that like you're all in this very small industry? Because it seems big to us, but it's actually quite small.
And if the thing is, like that kind of blocking, that's interesting as well, because it doesn't just happen with the music world. If you saw an interview with Tyra Banks, about her modelling career, which is just a nice little segue into the modelling. I'm telling you about a big Condor fashion show that's going on soon. I'll be plugging that